What is happening, everyone? It is your boy Dijon here from Trend Watchers, and today I got an awesome video prepared for you guys titled "The Secret to a Long Life is Contrast." And yeah, this video right here, holy cow, if you're really looking to not only like so with success, there's like 4 different categories. You got you can be successful in money, relationships, mental health, and spiritually, right? You know, if you're really looking to increase your fulfillment in life as far as mental health, spiritually, and also relationships, this video is absolutely for you. You're absolutely gonna love this video right here. So yeah, just make sure you watch the video all the way through. And yeah, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's hop right into it. So yeah, so I made a video I think a couple days ago called, it was like part 1, so the secret to a long life is knowing when it's time to go. Make sure you watch that one. But this one's part 2. Another secret to living a long life is contrast. What I mean by contrast, so just kind of like polar opposites. So the dark, light, hot, cold, and just hungry, starving, rich, poor, things of that nature right there. And really the importance of really just having contrast in your life, just being able to experience both things, not both things, but both things, both polar opposites on whatever subject, item, or whatever, right? Is that not only do you gain experience and wisdom, but you start to you start to appreciate the things you have or currently don't have at the moment. Whenever you're at one of those kind of like one of those ends, either on this end or at that end right there. It really shows. It really humbles you, and it's really a good learning experience. And I kind of wanted to share 2 stories from my personal life as far as how I was able to really use contrast to not only learn a lot of things, but also it really bring fulfillment within my life. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So my first story is with YouTube. So I remember oh man, so I remember, it was back in middle school. So I was homeschooled, right? And since I'm homeschooled, I'm in front of the computer 24/7 basically, And yeah, long story short, I'll get all of my work done for the entire week done at noon Monday. So I had the entire week to basically just play games online, So I play this one Roblox game, and I had this one Roblox game just I guess you know how there's a saying it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill, right? I spent so many hours on this one game. I kind of mastered the game to where you could blindfold me and I could still maneuver my way around the map and still dominate everyone, So I knew this game so much. I started figuring out different tricks and everything. My mind was just loaded with all these tricks and everything, right? And I was afraid that I was gonna forget them. So what I did was I started posting just clips of myself doing these particular things on video, so that if I were to forget in the future, I could always refer back to my little database of just videos, and I can watch those and just refresh my mind on whatever that particular task was, right? So I made all those videos, and when I uploaded them, I accidentally left them as public and I just kind of forgot about the channel, right? So I came back 6 months later, and I think I had, what was it, 500 subscribers or something, and my best video had 10K views. I was like, holy cow, where did this come from? So I remember I kind of repeated that process again. I posted a whole bunch of videos within the Roblox gaming community, and then probably 30, 40 videos, and I just let it sit there for 6 months. And then I came back and I had, I think just over 1,000 subscribers, and my top video, it had I had 3 videos that had over 10K views, but I was like, holy cow, this YouTube thing has potential, So that's when I started posting to YouTube a lot. And then I think at this time I was in 8th grade, and I wanted to go to high school, right? Just to socialize. And I kind of had this thing to where oh, I want to go to high school, just kind of see a lot of girls there. It's kind of High School Musical. There's so much fun, this and that, So it's kind of having that high school experience, So so as I was as I was convincing my parents to help me make that change, like I had this like idea that like I needed to become famous in order to be liked at high school. So what I did was I went and I just like posted to like I worked really hard as far as like creating like just really grow my name, my brand on YouTube, you know. And you know, like I guess like long story short, I think it was about, so freshman year came. The first half I was homeschooled. Second half I went to like the actual high school at my house, right? I was still posting to YouTube, just casually, probably like 2-3 videos a week, you know. Wasn't really getting traction, and then it was that summer, going from freshman to sophomore year. That summer, right? I set a goal to post like 100 videos a day, and no. So before that, like I was at my friend's house. We were all playing Call of Duty Zombies in one of uh, my friend's basement, and I just told one of them like, yo, like I want to become like a famous YouTuber, and I remember they all laughed at me and said like, oh, like that's never gonna happen, Dijon. And like I used that as a motivation and fuel to kind of like prove them wrong. So like I set a goal to post like one video every single day before I went out and played with them. And I did that, and man, I just remember grinding in that basement, you know, just like whipping out all my videos and everything, you know, and didn't didn't get traction, you know. And then like day 100 came. It's towards the end of summer, which comes around like 3 months, which is yeah, I think that's right on my timeline. My memory gets kind of blurred just because like I'm getting a bit older, like time's starting to blur. So I'm trying to document everything, you know. But like day 100 came, and like I didn't have like any traction at all. I mean, like little traction, probably like 50 to 100 views per video, you know. And I was about to give up, but like one of my friends, he told me about this like new concept called a dank meme, right? He said like, yo, you need to start creating content around this emerging trend. And I did that for like 10 days, and then on the first day of school, it was after lunch. I was in my chemistry class, right? It was like first day of school orientation. You kind of go through the syllabus and everything, right? I was kind of bored, so I pulled out my phone and I saw the spike on my YouTube Studio app. I was getting like probably like maybe like a couple hundred views per day to 250,000 views in a day. And yeah, just after that, like my life changed like literally within seconds, you know. And I was really able to maintain that pace for like quite a long time, you know. But like as I was looking at those numbers, I remember looking at them and just kind of thinking back to thinking back to that summer when I was grinding in that basement, you know, like posting all those videos and everything, kind of like proving my friends wrong, and like essentially hitting my goal, like becoming famous on YouTube. And really by me like being able to experience that contrast of like being a struggling YouTuber to like basically making it like the satisfaction was just like the satisfaction and fulfillment was just like absolutely amazing, you know. And I just kind of like, man, like I could be having a bad day, you know, like someone, you know, like I could have totaled my car or whatever, right? But like I could just think about that and instantly make myself happy, you know. So you know, like wow, like that's one of the cool things about contrast that I love. It really allows you to just like, you can literally make yourself happy whenever you want, you know. You just gotta think about that time, like about like the time where you went from you were on you know, you were like kind of like on one side over here, and then you got like the other extreme side over here. Just like thinking back like when you were on the other side, like just like holy cow, like what an amazing process, you know, like just that transition, that journey you went through just gives you so much fulfillment. And that was really the first time I was really able to feel it, just by me when I was able to make it on YouTube. So yeah, that's my YouTube story. Yes, my second one is Trend Watchers. So I'll kind of give you guys a little backstory on this one right here. So yeah, so with Trend Watchers, so fast forward a couple years, like my senior year of high school, right? There's this project called Senior Project, and basically what you gotta do is you gotta, it was like 60% like the whole grade for the class that you needed to graduate. So there was no winging it, there was really no avoiding this one right here. So I remember it was the night before, and I hadn't had my topic down to kind of like use for like the practice presentations, which was a grade, you know? So I remember like I was like, like I should probably start some type of business. I didn't know what business to start, so I just kind of looked at my YouTube channel and I was going through my analytics, and I noticed that like all my viral videos, they, you know, like and by viral videos, I mean like the big ones that got like million, like 1, 2, 3 million views. They were all revolved around like some sort of big trend that I caught on early, and I was like, yo, like what if I made a platform to where like creators can come and just kind of like see what's trending, you know? So I kind of whipped together some BS business plan for my presentation, and I presented it. And long story short, I basically got like a 70, which is basically like a D, like pretty much like a failing grade, but just good enough for me to at least make it through that class and graduate, you know. But after that night, I kind of like threw it in the bin and didn't really think about it until I came back from my mission, my 2-year mission with my church. I didn't serve for 2 years, but like, cause just like a few circumstances, including COVID, you know. But I came back home early, and I bought this $2,000 course from Sam Ovens. Completely changed my life as far as like, you know, like as far as like 18 years old, fresh out of high school. Like, what do I do in my life? Like that course is kind of like, it just screwed my head on correctly, you know. So like it was New Year's Eve for 2019, and I was about to start a social media marketing agency for restaurant and bars. I had good results with one in the past with an internship I did, so I was like, I might as well just copy the same funnel and charge people like 1 or 2 grand and kind of get money coming into my bank account that way, you know. And I was about to launch that business, but I was going through my Google Drive and I came across a PowerPoint for trend watchers, right? So I went and I saw it and I looked at it, and yeah, I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I guess I just kept on scrolling, and then something told me to go back up and just like drop what I'm doing, just focus in on that. And I scrolled back up and I was like, all right, let's see where this takes me. And I put together a website, bought the domain for trendwatchers.co for $7. And yeah, after that, you know, after I bought the domain, I kind of went and I made some Facebook ads. And then once 2020 hit, turned the Facebook ads on, and I had my first paying customer the next day. And the model I had was kind of cool. So it was like a WordPress site, and the place where I gave out the trend alerts was in the Telegram group chat. So I was getting paying customers in there, but an interesting thing was happening. So like, as paying customers were going into this Telegram group chat, it kind of tells you at the top like how many members are in this group chat, you know. So as people would come into there, they'd realize they're the only ones in there, so they'd get like nervous and they would like ask for a refund and then never come back. Now these people, they loved the product, you know, but like just because of my lack of social proof, they just didn't feel like my trustworthiness kind of like really quickly, you know. And I lost all my customers that way. So I was like, okay, like I got to get some beta testers to kind of give me some social proof while I bring in some paying customers, you know. So I switched from Telegram, moved over to Discord, got my beta tester group, which turned out amazing, you know. But the problem with like these group chats was that like, one, like I was issuing trends, a lot of trends every single day. So let's say you wanted to see a trend I posted like a month ago, you have to like scroll up for like 5 minutes just you know, like just to see it. And let's say you hit the wrong button on your phone, you got to start all over, you know. So there was that problem. The second problem was that like you couldn't sort the trends by the category, and just all those logistics right there. So you know, like really the thing I did to like my only solution to solve that was to create my own software, you know, which required like a lot of capital, you know. So I started looking out for investors, and long story short, you know, like I did real estate wholesaling in the past, and with that, you need investors, right? So how like some of my contacts, I had like a lot of investors I could hit up, and I kind of pitched them my idea, and some people ghosted me, some people said, I'm all right, or some people said, I don't think that's gonna work, you know. But then I came down to this one guy, his name was Adam, and he told me that like, he took a look at my my pitch deck, and he got back to me the next day and told me that like, no one feels comfortable like giving like a 19-year-old like X amount of dollars with no startup experience to develop this idea. Like, your best option is to go out there and like convince family or friends that understand my drive and my work ethic and everything like that, or just go all in myself. And I remember sitting there thinking, about that, and then I thought about it for a few days, and I was like, screw it, like I'm just gonna go all in. So I sold my 21 Ethereum coins for about like $5 grand, you know, and I was looking at developers, and there was no way I could develop a software for 5 grand. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go out there. Oh, I'm sorry. Before the Ethereum part, before I sold that, I went out to like kind of like get quotes to get an idea of like how much it was gonna cost to develop this thing, and getting quoted for like 30, 40, 50K. I was like, I might as well teach myself how to code. So yeah, like I remember that night, I got my laptop, had my little water, my notepad and everything. I was like, all right, like I'm gonna teach myself how to code. And so I went onto YouTube and I typed in the search browser like tutorial for creating your own software app, like coding it from scratch. And I remember it was like, whoa, it was like a big playlist, and each video was like 2-3 hours long, you know. But luckily, that first video was UI UX design, and I watched it all the way through, and I got Adobe XD, and probably like 3 hours later, I created my entire software and images. And I was like, holy cow, what if I just went and I just connected all these images in like a wireframes and sent it to someone on Upwork to develop for cheap, you know? And I did, and I did that, and that's when I sold my Ethereum, you know, to kind of fund it through that. I had like a $5,000 budget, and long story short, I was able to develop TrendWatchers version 1 with that $5,000 budget. And ever since then, while working a side job, you know, like I was able to like improvise it more and more and more to the point where I have like thousands of customers. And like, wow, like even to this day, when I like look back, even at like old like screenshots of like TrendWatchers, like I just get so much fulfillment. Like you guys have no idea. You know, like just that contrast, it just makes life so amazing. You guys have no idea. Holy cow. And like really, they're like YouTube and TrendWatchers. I've really been able to really like feel that contrast within my life just by being able to experience the best, like both worlds, you know. Like when I'm at one end, I'm like where I'm at right now, I now appreciate like that slow process I went through as far as like learning and everything, all the mistakes, all the bugs, all the BS, all the support tickets, you know, like all those rejections. Like I really appreciate that, and like it just makes my soul happy, just like thinking like, wow, like I really pushed through all of that, and like just watching my character develop, like that's just been so fulfilling, you know. So oh man. And really, of all these things right here, like as this stuff is going on, you want to journal it. Like I've been keeping a good journal on my Instagram. Go follow it. It's at Dijon_Brooks. But like, if you go look at my oldest post, it's like 2 years ago. Not 2 years ago, probably like at the beginning of 2020 when I first started TrendWatchers. And I've been like keeping track of like all the things I've been learning. You know, just having this journal so that like whenever I'm bored, I can just go back and read it. And like, not only does it like inspire and motivate me, but like it also inspires and motivates other people that sees it and makes them want to follow like what I'm doing, and also like inspires them to kind of like push, you know, like push on whatever projects they're working on. So that's one thing I highly recommend doing. Just keeping a public journal or even a private journal, like it really doesn't matter. Just really document these things, both the highs and the low, because you're really gonna appreciate that once you make it to that once you make it to that other end of whatever objective you have right there. And yeah, so like another benefit I noticed as far as like documenting these things is that like it, like the social benefit, like I'm a big socializer, you know. I like networking, talking to people, you know. And just being able to tell these stories not only makes you an interesting person, but like you're able to like really teach and uplift others, and like you're really able to make amazing connections just by having these stories and be able to share them. And it's even more incredible when you're able to like, so for example, my story with YouTube, right? If I met another YouTuber, they probably went through this like a similar scenario as well, and we're just able to like have that nice bonding moment between us, just because we kind of had like that same we both went through that journey of like just being a struggling content creator to the point where like we made it. We both went through the grind, like grinding in that basement. The editing was wrong after editing for like 3, 4, 5 hours. You know, like we're both able to. Man, it's really special and it's really nice. That's kind of why I like that phrase. Like, the secret to living a long life is contrast, because like this one here really brings in the fulfillment. It just really helps essentially like make life more satisfying. You know, like you start to appreciate things, and the best part is that like once you kind of have like a track record of you going from like down here to up here. Let's say you're working on something new and you're going through a slump, right? you know that it's gonna be worth it in the future, you know, like, so it kind of gives you like some motivation and hope for the future, you know. But yeah, that's really it for this video, and hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of it. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.